We've been a leader in banking for more than 100 years. You'll find us here, at home, on your phone, and everywhere you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Sponsored by Renaissance Bank.
Good morning, Northeast Mississippi. This is Newsbreak for Wednesday, May 31st. I'm Brad Locke. Thanks for joining us. You can catch Newsbreak each weekday at 7 a.m. and watch it on djournal.com, Facebook, YouTube, or the Daily Journal's mobile apps for Apple and Android devices. Going to take a quick look at news, sports, and weather for Northeast Mississippi. We'll start with the weather forecast for today. Going to have partly cloudy skies, a high of 86 degrees, low of 65, just a 20% chance of rain. 3-day outlook: Thursday, partly cloudy skies, high of 86, low of 67, 20% chance of rain. Could be wet this weekend for Elvis Fest. Friday, thunderstorms are likely, high of 83, low of 69, 80% chance of rain. And then Saturday could have some scattered thunderstorms, a high of 83, low of 69, 60% chance of rain. Let's take a look now at some of the top stories from the Daily Journal and djournal.com on this Wednesday. A National Guardsman from Amory was killed during training operations Monday night in the California desert. 3 other Mississippi National Guard members were injured during an exercise at the National Training Center at Fort Irwin. The soldier killed was 24-year-old Sergeant Kyle Clayton Thomas of Amory. The 4 soldiers were all assigned to the 155th Armored Brigade Combat Team, which is headquartered in Tupelo. They were participating in a large-scale training exercise at the base at the time of the incident. The 3 injured soldiers were transferred by military helicopter to the Lorna Linda University Medical Center in Lorna Linda, California. They are in stable condition. The names of the injured soldiers are being withheld per a 24-hour military policy. At least one family member of each soldier involved in the incident has been notified. The incident remains under investigation. The Starkville Police Department won't be able to move into its new standalone headquarters as early as hoped. Various delays pushed back the May 20th completion date. Officials still plan on being in the building in June. One of the holdups was a 23-day extension to allow for the installation of information technology cabling and furniture. While the initial contract called for a certificate of substantial completion on May 20th, the city planned on taking close to a month to furnish the building and move files and equipment from different locations around the city where it has been stored for months. The 9-month, $4.48 million project began last fall. The new headquarters are located in the former City Hall on East Lampkin Street. A ribbon cutting was held Tuesday for a new recovery center in Oxford. Stonewater Adolescent Recovery Center has 2 homes and has been open for 7 weeks. It hosts children from all over the United States, not just Mississippi. Stonewater was started by Margaret and Jeff Fikes, whose son Brian struggled with a drug addiction 13 years ago. At the time, there were few treatment options for adolescents. The center's goal is to destigmatize the conversation about drug addiction and help adolescents recover in the process. The main center hosts males from the ages of 12 to 17 for 90 days. The second home is dedicated to the outpatient program for those who do not need live-in treatment. The outpatient program accepts both boys and girls for either 3 hours a day, 3 days a week, or 5 hours a day, 5 days a week. Elizabeth Fikes, Brian's older sister and the center's director of outreach and communications, said each experience is tailored to the individual. And in sports, Mississippi State opens play in the NCAA regionals in 2 days, and the competition will be familiar. The Bulldogs are the number 2 seed in the Hattiesburg Regional and face South Alabama on Friday. The 2 teams met 3 times during the regular season, with MSU winning 2 of those games. State is 47-24 all-time against the Jaguars. Southern Miss, of course, is an annual opponent for the Bulldogs. The Golden Eagles won this year's matchup in Pearl 7-5. MSU leads the overall series 79-38. USM will face number 4 seed Illinois Chicago on Friday. So if the higher seeds win, MSU and Southern Miss will face off on Saturday. USM is hosting a regional for the first time since 2003. The winner of the Hattiesburg Regional is paired in the Super Regional bracket with the Baton Rouge Regional. That does it for Newsbreak on this Wednesday. Before we go, we do want to remind you to check out a webcast that we produce here at the Daily Journal, Capitol View with Capitol Bureau Chief Bobby Harrison, coming to you every week talking about what's going on with the state legislature. This week's episode you can find at djournal.com, in which Bobby previews the upcoming special legislative session. All the stories I talked about today you can find in your Daily Journal or at djournal.com. Be sure to give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram at djournalnow. Give our Facebook page a like as well. And that does it for Newsbreak on this Wednesday. I'm Brad Locke. We'll see you next time.